Go out and your life never remains the way you came to Africa University.
Oh, I love Africa University so much.
A lot of diversity, there is students coming from all of Africa. You know, when we build relationships, when we connect one another from the entire Africa, every country, it is so easy.
Living together with different people, different understanding.
The transformation of leaders, knowing who you are, appreciating where you're coming from and where you're going.
The dream is alive.
We see ourselves as a catalyst to transform the continent, whether it is the social, the political, the economic, the spiritual. Our desire is to see the continent as a holistic body where we want to be part of that transformation.
This year we're thrilled to launch the Megiddo Fellows. This new fellowship will fund full scholarships for African students to both pursue master's degrees here at Garrett Seminary and receive contextual education at Africa University. But that's just the start of our collaboration.
Africa University, since we started having conversations with them, has been very, very clear that if Garrett is going to be a place where our students go to study theology, Garrett has to analyze their relationship with Africa more intensely, and we need to think about what it means to form students for the continent.
I'm very excited about the possibilities of faculty exchanges where we visit one another and do collaborative work in research, maybe do some co-teaching. I'm excited about the possibility of learning from the teaching that the Institute of Theology faculty are doing and being able to offer and collaborate on courses.
It's also a learning curve for Africa University. For us, where we sit, we are taking a number of lessons from Garrett. One, that you have this diverse faculty that you are putting together. The interdisciplinary approaches that the faculty are having. From Garrett, we are learning what it means to have the interdisciplinary approaches.
When we get Africa University alums who come to study with us at Garrett, they are interested in theology, but they are often coming from a background in international relations. They're often coming from a background in law, from ecological studies.
We are training people to go back to their context and training them with their context in mind right from the beginning because of how our curricula is structured.
The founders of this university, they pushed for the holistic approach, soul, the body, and the mind. And that's why theology program became the foundational program in this university, followed by agriculture and then education. And now we are building on this. Health sciences or people sciences or from the arts or from the social science, it doesn't matter where you are coming from.
The crisis of migration and immigration, the crisis of climate change, the crisis of a lack of health infrastructure.
These issues are theological concerns.
That's why I'm so excited we're beginning to explore work that we can do around religion and public health.
As we sit together, we are asking ourselves, what is the role of spirituality in health crises?
That if theological education is forming people who would create a healthy world, then part of what we need to do is talk to the scientists, to talk to the medical professionals, to talk to environmentalists who are saying there is something about our ecosystem that we need to take a look at, care for, because our communal health is so connected.
Whether it is in Africa or it is in the US, one of the major struggles we are faced with is the issue of cancer. So this morning I got excited hearing from your faculty speak about the Global Oncology University, the potential of us having a major conference around cancer and theology or spirituality and thinking about indigenous therapies. So this excites me. It really excites me not because of the health, it is because God desired that we have that abundant life.
Christian values, but informed by the wisdom and rich knowledges of indigenous traditions and cultures in Africa, combined with new knowledge.
I see the Megiddo Fellows program to be a very intentional call between Garrett-Evangelical Theological Seminary and Africa University as capacitating Africans.
I think leadership is a core part of discipleship. For some reason, we missed that. Jesus called disciples and trained them and formed them to go and do. not only to go and be, and to be intentional about that in a continent that needs it so much. For me, it's a good thing.
And the measuring standard is how we've taken care of the bodies. That's the measuring standard. How did you take care of that body that was broken, that was hungry, that did not have a home, or did not have clothing, or that was sick?
We go back again to our Wesleyan tradition. Let us agree. John Wesley said it very clearly, the world is my parish. And for us, and when I listen to Garrett and Africa University, I see us to have taken that call of the world being our parish.
We're so grateful for the generous grant from the United Methodist General Board of Higher Education and Ministry that made this collaboration possible. Together, we're charting a new course for what it means to be the global church.
So this partnership is really stemming from the wisdom we've gained from the leadership at Africa University, from the faculty, and from the students, who have really challenged us to rethink our model of theological education in Evanston.
We're trying to think with Africa University not only about the theological education they are already offering here, but also how Garrett might partner in ways that doesn't presume that we bring future African leaders to Chicago, Illinois, but support and bring the educational resources that we might have to share to be of service in contextual leadership formation.
In many ways, it is a kind of, if I might say, a decolonial way of thinking about Africa that crosses the national boundaries that were created during the colonial system.
Making sure that African students are groomed and primed for the continent from which they came.
I must congratulate Garrett-Evangelical Theological Seminary. The fact that this institution has embraced itself as the healing power of the world, and their willingness then to partner with the Pan-African institution, Africa University. The fact again that we have this close relationship around the United Methodist rated institution of one way or the other. The fact that they are willing as an American institution with an African institution to come together and dream together for the transformation of the continent, I think for me is a big commitment and an investment that we are seeing.
From training students here in Chicago to serve the continent, to partnering on new research for social impact, we are at the beginning of something incredible.